Right, welcome back. So we'll put Alf back in the party. He is a well, and oh, I still need to level up his robes. Be missed by enemies 25 times. Well, that's gonna be fun. I'll have to put him on the front lines to make sure he gets. Okay. Well, he's on the front lines. Fuck it. Let's go talk to Bjorn.
Light of Aethys be upon you, neighbor. Are you looking for survivors?
Yes, actually, my friend is looking for someone we're told might be live around here.
A short lady, about my age, came from Deerwood with her son. Let's see, freckles, braids usually. Punches you in the arm if she likes you, face if not. Oh, and that's if you're lucky.
No, that doesn't sound like anyone.
You must know her. You're in the right place. You must know her. She has a son about your age.
You gotta be her son. Got her nose and her freckles. You don't have to lie to me, kid. I'm a friend of your mother's. She hiding from someone? Maybe an ex-lover who gave her the best night of her life?
You're protecting her, we understand.
No, I misspoke.
Forget it. Just tell me something. Your father, you know him?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Relax, Edward's a good man, he likes animals. I believe my friend here will have carnal relations with your mother a long time ago. Oh god, no. We're not doing that to Eddie. Relax, Eddie's a good man, he likes animals.
Lions, bats, and Orleans, to name a few.
Behagia doesn't like the racism of the Orleans.
Yes, I knew my father when I was very young. He was a man of strong faith.
Have to be. You get a lava mad, you need a god on your side for protection.
He was lost to us during the purges, which was how we came to flee here.
So you met him. Well, that's great. You had a dad.
A moment passes where they are staring at Bjorn with a strange undulating grimace that draws back across his face. He clears his throat.
Where's your mother now? Got a lot of catching up to do.
My mother is with Aethys.
Maybe you hadn't heard, but Aethys is a giant Ardra statue walking along the seafloor. I mean, let's not be too nasty. Meaning what exactly?
She passed the veil a few years ago. A flu. It's possible her soul has taken a new body by now, but if she was truly blessed, she marches instead beside the shining god.
Adair's face has gone scarlet beneath his farmer's tan. His nostrils pulsate with each heavy breath.
You lied to us. Said you didn't know her. Expect me to believe this now?
Easy, he lost his mother out there.
Funny, you wouldn't know it to look at him.
Boy stares down and then turns away with a grunt and a not worth it gesture.
I'm not lying. She's buried on the other side of that hill.
How could she be gone?
Don't be troubled by her passing. All souls that march with Aethys receive his warmth and light.
What do you mean march with Aethys?
Aethys has come to us twice now. Even Oblivion couldn't slow his march. We shouldn't have opposed his first coming. He meant to rally us under his banner.
No, he didn't.
Oh, I know a lot of dead Deerwoodans who will be relieved to hear that.
We were victims of a quarrel of gods.
And seeing what we've seen, it's hard to believe they got our best interests at heart.
Aethys forced everyone to declare themselves as ally or enemy, nothing more. Now he marches again, and we have a chance to correct our mistake.
Look at poor. Is that Adair? No, Adair's standing there. Right.
Well, that's charitable.
I would like to have joined him when he passed this way, but I was weak. It won't happen again. You can't build on broken foundations. Real change needs destruction.
You seem confident the god is causing a lot of destruction is what I just said to him. I have to quite read it, sorry.
I trust my God knows better than I do. He knows truths I'll never learn.
I got that right.
I was once lost. I struggled as you do now. But the partisans of the lighted path have restored my faith in Aethys.
This Adair looks up at Bairn.
What greater honor than to march in his vanguard?
Who are the partisans of the lighted path?
We began as children of the Dawnstars, separated from each other as we questioned our purpose. But then Aethys granted a vision to Guderian Bosch. Bosch saw an illuminated path lighten the way through a black abyss. And he saw Aethys marching on the path, and Aethys bade him to march alongside. And the Shining God told Guderian Bosch to gather an army of the god's truest followers, and to prepare to lead it into battle.
You'd think after getting blown up, he'd slow down on the battling.
How will you join Aethys when he marches beneath the sea?
It'll be a great journey, but we're prepared. Guderian Bosch knows the way.
Why did you lie to us about knowing Alafa?
Guderian Bosch warned us. Those outside the partisans may ridicule us and test our faith, especially our old families and others close to them. We've learned it's best to keep to ourselves and those with open minds, which relations and friends mostly aren't.
Is this Bosch on proof of his visions?
Aethys himself has appeared in Deadfire in the form Guderian Bosch foretold. That's more proof than any of his faithful could ever ask. What fortune to be given this opportunity, to know our God in the living world.
Who does Aethys intend to battle?
We don't know. The end of the path hasn't been revealed to Guderian Bosch yet. But to the faithful, shouldn't matter.
Adair, did you get what you needed? Takes a deep breath, looks around, then at Bairn, he nods tight-lipped.
We can go.
Where are we going?
Hey, kid. What was your name again?
Bairn.
Right. This lighted path fellow, Bosch. Sounds interesting.
Know where I can go punch him?
There's some way I can meet him?
He's usually on the move, rallying followers. But the partisans of the lighted path often gather in the temple of Aethys in Neketaka. I seem to go there myself, in fact. There's an adherent there, Ogna, who initiates new partisans. No doubt she'd be pleased to help you. Aethys needs able soldiers, even in their elder years. You should consider what Ogna has to say. It might speak to you. Farewell.
No trouble at all.
Right, now let's go see this fleet outside. I need Alof from the front lines getting missed by enemies, which is going to be fun, but at this point his deflection of this level enemy is really fucking high, so he should be okay to stick him on the front lines and just let him stand there. And take some misses. Right, okay. Right, Hassan goes a mound of wreckage on the horizon where you see a dozen junks sailing towards you. Even at this distance you can tell they're making good speed. What took you so long? I fucking went around every island in the fucking Deadfire and then came here, and you still haven't made it. You only just getting your way here. One of the ships pulls alongside yours and a well-dressed Amura man approaches the edge of the deck. You recognise that Tsura, the Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company. It's good to see you again. I see you continue to leave your mark. The Adra beacon visible even here shines brightly. Neketaka has a buzz with praise for your deeds as well. A pleasure to see you again. What's this about? I want to extend the thanks to the Royal Deadfire Company for what you've done here. He raises one hand towards the Adra beacon. You restored a valuable asset, whether or not that was your intention. The others at the palace will want to hear of this, no doubt, and you may as well take credit while the deed is fresh. Yeah, don't tell them where Aethys is. At any rate, I have much to attend to, and it seems you do as well. Clear skies, Captain Mogwai. Yeah, Atsura's an asshole. I am not telling him anything. Hazanui, on the other hand, is okay. While she's pro-Red High to an extreme, she's at least straightforward.
You blink, and find yourself standing in the knee-high grass of an endless field, with the day just falling into dusk. Then, the earth falls away. The wind ceases, and you are sent tumbling up into the dark of the sky.
Watcher.
The voice of the pallid night shakes the earth at your feet.
Is it because I chose Bereth that she's the one to contact me? I don't know.
You have returned to Bereth's realm. Your soul once more called to attend the wishes of the god of death.
You know, I'm starting to look forward to these chats.
You can't be certain, but you think you might see the barest hint of a smile tugging at the edges of the pallid knight's lips.
You wonder if she took that form because that's what she looked like before she ascended.
Once again, you have spoken with the Child of Light. Tell me what you have learned.
He makes for Magran's teeth.
Intriguing.
The pallid knight stares past you, pensive.
While attend. Tell me what your many eyes perceive.
Her words ring out, and a heavy silence descends. In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices.
Oh god.
They speak all at once in languages both known and unknown to you.
Rumagand, Abaddon, Wow, and that'll be Galloway, and that'll be, oh god, Ondra Boobs, right.
In the space beside Bereth, an eye blinks open, followed fast by several more.
So, are these the ones I appeased in the god appeasement quests? Possibly, because I did Rumagand's quest. I did, Wow didn't have a quest, so Ondra and Abaddon could be the result of the White March. Galloway did his quest.
They are round, keen eyes of Kith, the slit eyes of snakes, the small, dark marbles of birds, the bulbous lanterns of deep-sea fish.
Here we are.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step through a door. It is an Orlan, then a pale elf, an ocean human, a Naga. Each of them eyeless. They are Wow.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages, and we do so love a riddle.
The figure wears an Amawa's grin, and the many voices beneath its own titter.
Yes, it's so interesting when the 100 of Kith die so Avos can take a stroll.
Some things must be lost to be found again. You knew that once, when you buried my scroll beneath the earth in Black Meadow. But it seems you have forgotten. We have read the book of your life, Watcher. It is heavy with the weight of your choices, and its pages are not unmarred by the blood of others. You read, but on a smaller scale. We see between the strings of the world, and Eothas is there, strumming them like a lute. His tongue is still, yet he sings of a coming joy. What tune he plays, we do not know. It is complex, ever-shifting. One moment vibrating in harmony, the next in discord.
A man strides through the door to Bereth's
He's in
room.
Discord?
Behind him lope wolves with lolling tongues, and jungle cats whose long tails twitch with every step.
He's in Discord. He's got the Discord app. Can we just go join his voice chat channel then? Anyway, Galloway.
Galawain, the changeling, arrives, and he brings with him the wild heart of Aora's untamed places. Fast on Galawain's heels, a small wave of seawater washes across the tiles. It pours off the edge of the platform and cascades down into the beyond. From out of the water rears a glowing lure, then the head of a gigantic fish. The round black eyes of Ondra roll to meet yours.
Hey, stepmom.
Eothas is nothing if not resourceful. I admire his nerve.
In the changeling's voice, you hear the soft patter of rain on
How does
leaves
that affect that?
and the rush of wind through treetops.
Unless it's just because of this quest. Well, I'm impressed by his single-mindedness.
Hunger will drive the most pathetic of beasts to desperate acts of bravery. If his journey leads him back to us, he has proved himself worthy of return to the fold.
Did he not take my scrolls because I didn't have any scrolls on me? I sold them all already.
Eothas does not return to us. He returns to execute some grand plan. We must stop him.
Andra's voice rises like a tide, panic riding its crest. The doors lining the walls of Bareth's realm slam open in unison.
Either Rumagand or Abaddon.
Warped pieces of ancient armor
Abaddon.
and the remnants of discarded weapons roar through the doorways. They meet in the center of the room, in a shower of sparks, and form the vague figure of a man.
See, that's nothing like the description says here.
Finally, a blacksmith's sledge hurtles past your shoulder, and the figure snatches it from the air. A man made half of metal and half of ruined skin stands before you. The rounded metal of a well-worn shield makes up most of his skull, his right eye socket, and jaw. His mouth is pulled forever into a half grimace.
If Eothas has something foolish planned, perhaps we can turn him from that path and set him down a more productive one.
Abaddon's words crash and screech together, like long steel gears forced to movement for the first time in centuries.
Abaddon speaks with a child's naivety.
The other gods don't seem too concerned.
He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of his feet along my spine. I will send tsunamis to slow him, if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
The water at your feet recedes. Lava oozes up through the shallow water, and a woman made from the guts of the earth emerges. She settles her characteristic broadsword on her shoulder, and sighs a cloud of smoke and ash. Mogren returns.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Eora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks. I doubt fire and water will be enough to stop him, but I will bear down upon Eothas with all the heat and fury of the earth. If I must.
Yeah. There must be another way to stop him.
The death of thousands now could prevent the death of millions later.
Yeah, but you don't know if you'll save millions. You might kill thousands for nothing.
Dark, inky tears fall from Andra's eyes.
Sacrifices of the few protect the futures of the many. You cannot let your petty mortal feelings blind you to the urgency of the dilemma Eothas has thrust upon us.
Yeah, it's funny, it's always the Kith who must make sacrifices, never you.
You will mind upon whose ground you tread.
The pallid night watches you with keen, predatory eyes. The deep, bellowing cry of an aurochs shakes the ground beneath your feet. The cry drones on and on, a moan without end. Wal's many eyes squeeze shut. Andra slips back beneath her waves. Mogren dissipates in a swirling cloud of steam. Galawain's beasts cower and whine. Only the pallid night stands impassive.
My end comes to all things in time. Should Eothas care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts.
And what could Eothas possibly gain by destroying Eora?
Eothas seeks a slate wiped clean. Freedom from the endless revolutions of Barath's wheel. The final emancipation of the countless stolen mortal lives the gods hoard within themselves.
The Child of Light will not choose the hour of my death.
Mogren tests the edge of her broadsword with a smoldering finger.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of fear his actions inspire.
The crack of thunder rends the air. The gods fall silent.
We can wait no longer to act. Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans.
I'll do my best.
Water begins to creep across the floor. It swells, runs swiftly, and catches at your ankles. You scrabble at the tiles, but it's no use. The current's pull drags you off the edge of Bareth's realm, and into the fathomless beyond. You splash down in water so dark you can't see the bottom. Then, the water recedes, gone like a dream upon waking. The hard wood of your cabin's floor presses against your spine. The gods are gone, but you remain.
Yeah, that one was speaking volumes to me. That one sentence is, funny how the gods never make sacrifices, only the kith. Now, that's something I say from the start, is if you want to make a sacrifice, someone wants to talk about sacrifice, they should be the first one up to make the sacrifice. People who talk about sacrifices never sacrifice themselves. It's always, you must do sacrifice for the greater good. It's never, we will sacrifice for the greater good. Right, where's my little Vera?
Is anyone seeing to your schooling, Vela?
I'm learning lots. Which side of the boat is good for fishing? Which side is good for puking when Uncle Engram's had too much ale?
Oh God.
I know that look.
Okay. They're just busy with the animals. Look at all the animals are just running free. So Alof's trying to school my little girl at least. Thank you, Alof. Alof's the only one concerned about Vela's education right now. Clearing her throat once and then again, Maya raises his eyes to yours when you glance over.
Oh, you wanted something, Captain?
Something on your mind?
You could say that. Been meaning to say that if you and Fishboy weren't already so chummy... Forget I said anything, it's not important.
So at this point, if I hadn't been in a relationship with Takehu, she would be wanting to go in a relationship. Okay, I had some questions.
I've got some answers.
Lynn Jeff, not Lynn Graff, right. Mother Sharprock, how are you? So all my cannoneers are below, all the deckhands are on top, the boatswain and the navigator are on top, as it should be. I'm pretty sure I'm going back to Nekataka. But yeah, to eliminate everybody else here, what's going on. Yeah. Hang a palace rooftop. Colourful part of lights in the railing of your ship. I was reading that. Oh, that's probably just Queen of Canada inviting me to talk to her, because if you had went to Songo first and not to her, then you're probably, that's what that's for, to tell you to go see Queen of Canada. Right, okay.
It is high time we spoke away from the exhaustive filter of the court. My children, Kahopa and Tangaloa, it is to them that I answer when dignitaries do not pound at my door.
I think I speak for all of us when I say we'd be honored to pet your children.
Go on there, you take the honours.
Trick with cats, of course, is you gotta ignore them first. Get them interested.
And then it rocks back and forth on his heels, averting his gaze from the cats, yet every few seconds he slips up and peeks at them.
We are of one mind. My mother taught me to bait an enemy into the open. Give it comfort and confidence.
Anakaza smiles at the air before returning her focus to you.
My brother speaks of your journey from Motare Okozi. Mostly, he mourns the loss of his expedition. Scholars pore over your findings as if a charcoal rubbing could build a bridge to Ukaizo. I have learned to restrain my optimism. A messenger from the jaws of Tangaloa speaks with the voice of wisdom and change, I say. It is fitting that yours should be the voice that tells of Hasongo's fate. What did you see there?
Naga took over the colony after Aethys drained Ardra. I killed him.
The snakes are on edge. Where comes this new boldness? Far be it for me to complain if they make trouble for outsiders. What of Aethys? If you know why he terrorizes the Deadfire, speak on.
He makes from Magrin's teeth, but I believe that's only a waypoint. Tapping her chin, Onikaza nods and weighs the matter. At length, her even expression spreads into a pleased and knowing smile.
If Aethys makes for Magrin's teeth, I say the Rathun will grind him to dust for the praise of their warrior matron. Even if they fail, it will be an enemy cleared for my plate. This is the gratitude of Nagati, I say.
Rathun?
The fiery children of Magrin, devoted to their mother with a fanatic zeal. Bothersome, but the least of my troubles now. From Port Mage to Hasongo to Magrin's teeth, Aethys follows a rich vein of Adra. It takes him northeast to more interesting territory.
To Kaizo.
In the deepest memory of the tribes, we have told stories of Magrin's teeth. Embellished sailors' fables, Akira, but not without some truth. My people speak of treacherous seas, lakes of fire, and the ancient warriors hammered to life on Magrin's anvil. Ashen Maw is the grandest and most accessible of the peaks. It is the sharpest tooth in Magrin's jaw. Prepare yourself for a fight.
I will.
If you make preparations in Nekataka, I say we can help each other. I must keep the city's peace, and I have only so many arms and eyes. While the Deadfire screams, I would see Nekataka outlast the storm to come.
What do you need from me?
What I need is a lasting peace that will outlive my dynasty. But I will accept peace of mind for now. What do you know of my water shapers, Herald of Bareth?
I know they gave Ruatai no end of trouble in their early advance.
Akira, if you recall history, then you know why I am protective over the guild. My water shapers are the levy holding back Rawatai's advance. An adept standing at the prow of a war canoe is enough to send the fleet scrambling for the shallows. This reminds me. I owe the Hazanui a basket of koiki in remembrance of the Battle of Nekaruatl.
Sounds like a kind gesture. Say nothing.
Akira, you think so? I am counting on the Hazanui seeing through my condolences. While the problems of Aethys and overindulgent admirals plague these waters, I have summoned the masters of water shaping to Nekataka. Now would be the time to confer with Guildmaster Myru, but she does not answer my summons.
Maybe she's just overworked.
Akira, I would sleep better at night if I could hang more of my concerns on easy answers. The Guild can suffer no setbacks. If Myru shirks her duties, her queen would know the reason. Nagati, do not abandon us now.
And then Nikaza turns her gaze back to you and flinches. This was not a thought she intended to share. Right, so now we have to go see a water dragon. And then we're going to see the fire dragon and the Magrin's Maw afterwards. Yay! Oh. Ashen Maw and Magrin's teeth. Yeah.
My brothers and sisters have set sail for Nekataka.
I thought the tribes needed them to calm the weather.
Right. Well, have you anything else to say about this whole food situation yet?
What say? Again, you bring this up. If you have more to say.
Right, so he's been a dickwad still, but this is pretty much the point of no return. If I can keep working with the one or not, as far as I know, unless I can get a diplomacy option to get out of what I'm about to do. I am not sure if my diplomacy is high enough. We'll find out. I kinda like how you can focus on one skill only and that's it. Or you can split it amongst your skills and have other people help you out with it to try and boost it further, but whatever. We're going to end there, and next time we come back we'll be going to